She is alive. Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. We got Mac, we got the triple pumps, we got all this other stuff, but I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to do right after the intro. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set up one pump for now because we want to kind of move things around, we wire it, hide things a little bit better than what we did the first time.
Plus, in order to put this on here.
Yeah, plus the FC3 controller, as you can see, is a halftime.
A little dark, but I got a light.
It's a little dark. It's 50% bigger than the FC2 controller that's in there now.
And they're both black, so don't make jokes.
So where we're gonna put it is really behind the tank. So there's now you can see it in the light. So it's about 50% longer than the FC2.
So the plan
is to put it back there.
It'll be up under here.
Yeah, I got you.
Right here, roughly. And then these wires would plug into it, and then I have we're gonna put a breaker in here.
Yep.
And that way everything's tucked behind here, and these wires will come down the side here, tight to this and under. So that way, if he wants to throw anything in here, he's not risking pinching any of these wires.
Right.
Any of that stuff. Where it's at now is a clean spot.
Yeah, I mean it's been a great spot.
It's not a bad spot, but if we're gonna redo it, we're gonna redo it Mac's way. We're gonna riv nut and do things a certain way. I'm trying to step up the fuel stuff because everyone gets so irritated with the fuel stuff because it's so tedious and
it's painful.
It really is, and we're just gonna
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it pretty. So I'll try and show you as much as I can of him lining up the pumps and kind of just pre-running just the single pump for now.
Well,
and then we'll go from there.
This one doesn't say to take this apart and line it up like I was talking about. So this one might actually drop in and be able to plug in and stuff without doing anything crazy.
Yeah, like I said, when I took it out, I just took the ring and boop, pulled it out. Yeah, there wasn't nothing holding it in place.
The Hellcat ones, these split apart. So you have to put the bottom in, get everything in and buttoned up. And then it has two long bolts.
Right.
You thread those in so it lines up.
Yeah, I got those. They're in the box.
You pull that up and then you put two screws in and then take those out. And you got to be very careful because of the O-rings.
So putting in a single pump sounds simple, and it probably is, but when it comes to electricity, Don doesn't mess with that, because last time I did, I almost caught the car on fire.
Really?
So I don't mess with electrical stuff anymore.
I think
so. We're gonna get inside the car here in a second.
Yeah, we need to look this up.
So one wire goes to signal.
Hopefully.
The other wire goes to ground.
Hopefully.
And then this one will go to the one in the tank, and these three go to the ones outside the tank, and that gets us our fuel level.
Yeah, there's two of the same color outside the tank, and why are we missing one connector?
You only have one.
Yeah, and I have two here for in the tank.
This one.
This goes in it. I have two here for in the tank, so we're missing one of these. Which is...
Well, there wasn't one in this one.
No, this goes in here. And this goes in here. That's for the in-tank stuff that I have 2 wires in the tank I have to hook up.
All right.
And then there's one over this one over this one. So I need one over this one. If anything, I can crimp the ground together for now. But it's missing one of the connectors. Not the end of the world. But
I didn't think that white one had one on it. I thought that the one you had on the white one goes to this one.
no, I mean it's got to have one on it because it's going to go to the one in the tank, and then this slides over it, and that's so. Anyway, not a big deal.
Well, I may have one. Let me go look. All right, let me go look in Don's stash if we have one of these.
Here, it'll look
The back window blew out. Got hit with a rock. I'll tell you that story in a minute. So now we're just putting connectors on in here to connect to the pump when we drop the pump in there. So now, I think Mac's grabbing the pump.
Jeez, retarded ass.
I know this is going to be hard to see.
Oh yeah, plus I need to...
Well, that definitely doesn't help.
I need to
get around all the wires and the freaking...
Yeah. I don't like this. The lines are annoying. I don't like this.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get out around all that stuff.
Stupid goddamn phone. Just Jay trying to call me. He's not getting a response right now.
We're deep in the car right now.
Well, Jay runs on black time. And when I tell him an hour and a half, it means 2.5 to Jay. So I should have told him 15 minutes. And your subscribers will know what black time means. I gotta try and make this make sense. There should be an arrow. You had these. These are on different sides.
I don't know why they're like that now.
Because it's probably updated, which means this might be a little bit different. We might be in a pickle, Don. Depending on how they go. I don't know. I don't know that these are gonna work anymore. Let's see. When you took it out, was it this damn close to the wires?
I don't think so. I can't remember though.
Yeah, because even let me just see if I can fit this thing in here, just as a mock-up. Yeah, damn.
Find room to stuff everything.
Well, you might be alright with this.
I think it did go like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Just such a stupid way to do it. I don't like that the lines don't have any
give in them.
Well, I cut this out on cars when I do them.
So you have room.
Yeah, so they're not sandwiched between the tank and the car, and I can move shit. So that's what I'm saying. That's making this a very
difficult.
Yeah. This would have been easy had those been clearanced. Because I don't like to be yanking around on things and doing the most. But I think that'll work. Let me take a little minute to not yell. And
all right, we're gonna take a minute, and I'm gonna tell Mac. I'm gonna tell Mac the window story. There's some finagling and winagling. We got all of the electrical connections done inside. The fuel hoses coming from the other tank over here are in. We've already already done the block offs over here, so I don't have to show you that one. But now we just got to tighten down this ring, put the fuel lines back on, hook up this outside stuff, and we have a single pump to possibly start the car tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll give us 50.
All right, so obviously this is the next day. The next day, it just got too dark to be video and everything that we were doing, and there's install videos already out there. But let me show you from the trunk perspective where we're at right now and kind of where we're going. We kind of said that a little bit in the video, but it was super dark. So right now we still have the FC2 controller in right now, right here. So we got one pump hooked up, one trigger wire hooked up to that pump, so we got one pump running. The intent is to take the FC3, which is half size bigger than this, right? We're going to put it down here along with the circuit breaker instead of the fuse we have now. We're going to put a circuit breaker right here and run the wires around here, so it'll look, the back will look just a little bit cleaner. So let me get to the pump side of the house so you see all the wires on the outside of the pump, because we didn't cover anything up yet because we got a lot of work to do. So these 3 wires right here are for the fuel level sender. So you get your fuel level, you know how much fuel's in the car. You can see we have the 274 pump. That's our number 1 pump hooked up. The 2 285s are right here, are not hooked up, and they'll get hooked up once we get to the point where we put the FC3 controller in. We get the hob switch, which I didn't have before, so both my pumps were running full time, which is not optimal, but it worked for the setup. So you can either run them full time, or you can put a hob switch in, which I'll show you when we do the FC3 install, because we're going to have a hob switch. So that way pump number 1 runs constantly. We'll run the car at low boost situation, and then when we hit about 4 to 5 psi, the hob switch will kick in, send a signal to the FC3 to turn on the other 2 pumps. So that way we got enough fuel once we start making boost. Thumbs up. All right, so that's the explanation. That's kind of the quick down and dirty of the wiring stuff. Hopefully y'all get something out of this video, but that's going to do it for this one. If you're stopping in for the first time, please check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on with the rest of the channel, do me a couple things. Just subscribe and like, and maybe comment on some videos if you feel like it. That's going to do it for this, folks. Till next time, adios.